We're live. We are live at the Block Cop City mobilization, where hundreds of organizers from around Turtle Island will march to block ongoing construction and enforce a People Stop Work order. Organized with the Block Cop City Coalition, Cop City is a $90 million police, fire, and rescue training facility being built on top of 381 acres of the Weelaunee Forest, traditional homelands of the Mvskoke and Seminole peoples. Police violence and suppression of organizers and activists working to stop the construction of the site has been escalated from the start of the fight, with organizers facing large bail/bond fees, domestic terrorism charges, and RICO charges. Earlier this year, Afro-Indigenous Stop Cop City organizer Tortuguita was murdered by Georgia state troopers. Hashtag Stop Cop City, hashtags Block Cop City, hashtag Defend the Weelaunee Forest. I'm going to be your host today. We're going to be following this march, seeing what happens. Again, this is a massive nonviolent direct action to stop construction, to say no to Cop City. People are going to be there's going to be a lot of risk, it seems like, and we're going to go along and check it out. Right now, people are gathering in this park. I think it's Grisham Park in so-called Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for joining us, relatives. We've been bringing you around, sort of viewing a lot of different types of mobilization. This is a mass mobilization, nonviolent direct action, and folks are going to be holding together, marching towards the site, and saying they're going to do the People Stop Work order. And we're going to go check it out. Maybe we can drift around the edges here. We'll probably stay out of the mix for a bit until they sort of bring themselves together. Again, my name is Lorenzo Cerdinand, reporting. So happy to be here with you, relatives, reporting to all of you. Thanks for joining us. Again, if you're following, not following, hit follow, like, share, subscribe. Again, Stop Cop City, Block Cop City is what this one's being called. And again, lots of people are here. You can see there's puppets, there's some flags. We got some land back flags, some FTP flags, a variety of puppets and balloons, kind of coming together, getting ready to go stop construction, saying no to Cop City. And if you go through our threads, you can see sort of the relationship of what Cop City is bringing. You can see the relationship of the police department here to the Israeli Defense Forces through a Gili program where they're training police officers. And that training is going to be accelerated when this facility is built. And people here are saying no. And then again, these organizers have organized this event to march on. They're going to go to the site and stop construction. So we're going to go see. We are the People Stop Work Order. You can see this banner to our left here, kind of strolling through. We are the People Stop Work Order. Again, that's the language being used. Let me check some things. Again, let us know if you want where you're watching from. So it's like everything's looking and sounding good. Really happy to be here with you all. Let's move a little closer. I'm not sure what's being discussed. We'll give it a second. Again, I think people right now, most of the press is on the edges, so we'll stay on the edges. We don't want to really dive in there while people are kind of deciding what they're going to be doing together. So we're just going to walk around the edge here. Let's give you a view of how many folks have gathered. They're chanting Stop Cop City. There's a lot of press here, too. There's a lot of cameras. There's a helicopter been swirling overhead for a long time. Very familiar sound to those who have experienced it. Just chopping through the air. We got some butterflies. Kind of upside-down land back flag, which, people got to do how they do it. There's some sort of speaker. We're going to see if we can get a little closer. I have a big microphone that says press on it. We are very much live right now.
grow inside, to open that light, that power that is in you, inside. Then you can give to others. When Jesus say, love your neighbor as yourself, it's because you need to love yourself first. So you can love your neighbor. And here we need to love your neighbor because you love yourself. And protect your neighbor. We are being in a good training with good facilitators that are giving to all of us good ideas and good way to be here today. So everybody here is ready to give the best. To the infiltrators, we have to say, sorry, you don't have a space here. This is a love community. We are here to take care of nature. We are here to show that we are more than they are. So be safe. I'm going to go to the jail. We're going to make there an altar for Tortuguita and a light for all of you. We have been praying there for all of you. And the waycare, I think, is closed. That is not working. That's what I said. But we're going to be in the jail. Those who, after this, can go there to join us. And what is holding me is the word of Manuel that he says, to fuck the police, we have to be happy. Repeat after me. To fuck the police, we have to be happy. Happy. Yes. I know a lot of you met Manuel, and I am grateful when you share with me your experiences with him, with them. Sorry about my language. But I like you to know that I can be here, strong and happy because of you. You give me that power. I have no power by myself. You give me that power. You give me that strength to fuck the police with happiness. And I said to fuck the police. Manuel said to fuck the police with be happy. And I said to be happy, we need to be strong. We need to be strong. And everybody, as I said on the training, throw in a river all your garbage. Throw in a very, 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 very clear water river all your garbage. And be here with happiness to show love for the nature. And Joel, do you want to come to pray? Joel is Manuel's father.
Okay, stay there. You can. But I just want to say that I am speechless, but I'm so proud of you. I am amazed for all of you. And I hope that we're going to remember this day, and you're going to remember this day, the day that changed the history of civil liberties, the day that changed the country, because you are that example. I just want to say something. I run marathons sometimes. Today is going to be a time you have to think mile after mile. So thinking in a marathon, pace yourself, use your energy according the day, and don't use all your energy right now. And after the marathon, after this event, you're going to be tired. You're going to have different feelings. But I hope that the feeling that we have, all of you, have all of us and all of you, is the feeling of happiness that you did the task and you completed one marathon. But we're going to continue running. We're going to continue defending the forest. We're going to continue defending the legacy of Tortuguita. We're going to continue loving each other. loving each other, and don't settle down the anger. I know you're going to be angry today. I know that you're going to be upset. You're going to be maybe with some fear.
Frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated with some fear. But those are feelings that we've been experiencing these 9 months. But at the end, we are here. All of you are here. And the same feeling that we are experiencing since the loss of Tortuguita, I saw those feelings in you because we are family. You are my family. So pace yourself and do what you have to do because we know you know why we are here. So I want to give my blessing in the name of the Lord. And I pray for the safety of everyone here. I pray that the manifestation of your glory is going to be present through the peaceful, through these people, this generation that is fighting for a better future. We fight not against a human being, we fight against evil. So we have to confront the evil with light. So the blessings is over you, not because of me, because you have the blessing from the inside. Because the spirit of freedom, the spirit of liberty is already in you. God bless you.
We love you! We love you! Black Cop City! 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 Thank y'all for coming out. So, I'm not supposed to be here today. Let me start there. So I want to start by thanking all the organizers and activists and everyday people who came here today, who organized this to make this action happen today. So give yourselves a round of applause. As we know, the struggle to stop Cop City is ongoing, and it takes many tactics and strategies in order to stop this from being built. The city and the state will use every means and mechanism to defeat this movement because they are a movement that is meant to try to oppress us, that is meant to try to stop us, that's meant to try to lord themselves over us in our bodies and our souls and our minds and our pocketbooks. They want us to be consumers in their system. They want us to be bowed down in their system. They want us to be home watching TV and buying things, while every day they make decisions that impact and affect our lives. But we have to understand that we cannot give them power. We cannot give them control. We cannot cede any step to them when it comes to power and control over our lives. We've been out here for 2 years, over 2 years, fighting to stop Cop City. In that time, a lot has happened in terms of slowing it down, in terms of exposing the city and the state for all the things that they're responsible for. A lot has taken place. People have lost their lives. People have been charged with domestic terrorism, RICO charges. We've made the connections between the military, the police militarized complex and international policing, i.e. the Israeli police and the murderous policing and the IDF and the murderous tactics of the Israeli police and military against the Palestinians. We've made those connections. So we stand here with you to say, today is not a time for cowards. It is not a time for cowardness. That we have to make choices. You're either with the oppressed or with the oppressor. You're either with the people or with the pig. You're either with the exploited or the exploiter, the colonialist or the colonized. You have to stand strong on the side of the people and the masses. You cannot stand in the middle. You cannot be both sides. You cannot close your eyes to the terror of policing that happens in this country, in this world, and you cannot deny and cannot be silent on the capitalist economics and the system that controls all of our people across the world. So today, when you march and demonstrate and conduct acts of civil disobedience, you are doing it for the people. You're doing it with the masses. You're doing it with the oppressed, with the exploited. You are standing up strong and fighting a struggle to stop a militarized complex, which is meant to continue to over-police black and brown communities in this country and is meant to stop movements against police violence and police militarism. So when you stand today, you stand strong to do what? To stop Cop City! Stop Cop City! Stop Cop City! Stop Cop City!
I'll say this one time for media. My name's Sam Beard, B-E-A-R-D. I'm a spokesperson for Black Cop City. I know, just 1 second. I'm a spokesperson for Black Cop City, he, him pronouns. These are the action agreements for the nonviolent mass action today. All participants in this specific action for this specific day and this specific day only are asked to abide by these agreements. Having these basic agreements will allow many people to join this action with clarity and trust. These agreements are not philosophical, they're not political requirements asked of anybody in this crowd or judgments about the validity of other tactics being deployed in the movement for the earth or social justice. These basic agreements are meant to create a basis for trust so we can work together for this mass action and know what to expect from each other this day. These in no way dictate or advise the parameters for any other action taken to stop Cop City. We will not bring weapons. We will not bring alcohol or illegal drugs. We will not use incendiary devices or fire, and we will not destroy construction equipment. But we will stay together and we will keep each other safe. We will be brave, smart, and calm. We will practice revolutionary solidarity and not snitch on anyone or point anyone out to the police. And we will protect ourselves from each other and from the police. I'm the last speaker. I'm not done yet, but then we're going to roll out. So just gather your things in a few minutes. For over 2 years, a movement has been building. For 2 years, we have resisted the destruction of the Weelaunee Forest, and for 2 years, we have been fighting to stop Cop City. From day one, some of the first local on-the-ground revolutionaries fighting against the ecocidal white supremacist project have insisted that this is not a local struggle. This is a struggle for competing visions of the future. Every single time a forest is slated to be clear-cut and forest defenders are standing in the way, who removes them? Every single time a multinational corporation is attempting to build a fossil fuel pipeline on unceded indigenous land, but tribes are preventing that from occurring, who works to make that pipeline possible? Every single corporate polluter, environmentally racist project, or other unspeakable extractive industry that the people would simply not stand for, would not tolerate, there is a force that makes those things possible. And that force, of course, is the police. Therefore, the movement for the earth must be a movement against the police. What the Defend the Atlanta Forest movement has done is replicate that meme. In one hand is the environmentalist movement, and the other hand is the abolitionist movement. And they're grabbing arm in arm. And we are never letting go of each other again. That is what has made this movement powerful. That is what has made this movement dangerous. All of our struggles are interrelated. As Father Joseph Brown says, all of life is interconnected. And we honor that today. Tortuguita put their body on the line to defend this forest, and they were murdered for it. The people do not believe their lies anymore. Everybody hates the police. And there is no police department in this country more universally despised than the Atlanta Police Department. But it's not just APD. The entire institution, the institution of policing, the institution of law enforcement is rotten to its very core. We don't believe their doublespeak. When they rewrite our movement's histories, when they claim the George Floyd rebellion was a movement for more police accountability, whatever that means, we know the uprisings of 2020 was a movement against the police as such. We will block Cop City because we know with more police training actually comes more violence. The police today have more resources and more funding than they ever have, ever. The police today have more training than they ever have, ever. And we know in 2022, the police killed more people than any other year ever. With more training and more resources, the police are more efficient at inflicting their violence. They are violence workers. That is their job. Violence. And through that violence, the police carry out three primary functions. The first of which is to enforce the racialized caste system in this country, upholding and defending and indeed making possible the white supremacist racial order. It is not a figure of speech when I say the American police force grew directly out of slave patrols, and that mutation from slave catcher to cop began to reproduce itself and spread, and a new paradigm of social control was born. And since that time, American law enforcement's commitment to white supremacy has only grown, it has only spread. See the old Atlanta prison farm to Cop City pipeline. The second function of the police is the protection of capital, attempting to forever lock in all the brutal inequalities that define our era. When we say late capitalism, it's because that shit's almost over. By enforcing the ever-present fear of economic insecurity and criminalizing all life that would prefer not to have to earn a living, the police are the armed guards overseeing a hostage situation. A human being does not have to earn a living. A human being is living. We are life. The final function of the police is to destroy every social movement before it gets strong enough to change the world. We saw that with the Black Panthers and the revolutionaries of the civil rights movement. We saw that with Standing Rock, and we see it here in the movement to defend the Atlanta Forest and stop Cop City. Now, I'm not one to make arguments about so-called human nature. But one of the things that makes the human animal unique is our capacity to collectively change the nature of our reality. By systematically attacking and repressing and preventing every social struggle that seeks to change our world, the police attempt to block us from the very thing that makes us human. They attempt to cut us off from our most fundamental capacity, collective creativity. And that is why we block the police. That is why we block Cop City. This movement has been powerful, dangerous, and cutting edge as a leaderless, decentralized, and autonomous movement, and that is why it has scared the powers that be to their very bones. We give mad love to the Black Week of Action that's wrapping up today, and this is a hallmark of our movement's strength, a movement that contains multitudes with an endless capacity for innovation. A movement which has seen hundreds of organizations, thousands of affinity groups, and hundreds of thousands of participants doing what makes sense to them in their communities. Working side by side and sometimes arm in arm across lines of difference. This is a movement that activates a multiplicity of worlds. And this has amounted to a mosaic of spaces, a mosaic of actions, a mosaic of tactics. And Block Cop City is just another feather in the movement's diversity of tactics hat. We are out here in solidarity with our Black brothers, sisters, and siblings. We are out here in solidarity with the people of Palestine. We are out here in solidarity with every indigenous struggle that attempts to protect sacred forms of life. The form of life, our unique and rich ways of being in this world. That is what is at stake in this struggle. This is not a local struggle. This is a struggle. This is a war, a global war of incompatible visions for the future, incompatible forms of life. What is at stake here is not just the Weelaunee. What is at stake here is the future, and the future is up for grabs. Hundreds have activated from across Turtle Island, and those hundreds represent thousands who attended the tour stops from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, Vancouver to Tijuana, and those thousands stand alongside millions. Millions of people who are watching, hoping, and praying that this movement wins, that our movement wins. Block Cop City sought to open up a shared plane, an ethical plane. An ethical plane that spans the globe and cuts across time. This is an ethical plane that can be thought of as the through line between every struggle of the oppressed, every social movement, and every attempt for justice. We mourn the dead. We fight like hell for the living. Because what is at stake is us. And yes, it is an us versus them. They want to freeze the world exactly as it stands, and we want to change it, to change the world, to proliferate worlds. What is at stake is worlds. The Defend the Atlanta Forest and Stop Cop City movement is a movement against the flattening of our worlds. A movement against the imposition of their world, their bleak, gray, and singular world, their world of anxiety, dread, rampant corruption, and galloping misery, the world where every tree that they deem dispensable is felled, where every forest that they deem dispensable is paved over, where every sovereign indigenous nation is targeted, in a world where Hollywood billionaires like Ryan Millsap can steal a park from a Black environmental justice community and turn it into a soundstage, a capitalist accumulation machine. We have descended into Atlanta to protect the uniqueness of the worlds that are found here, that are found only here. We have activated across Atlanta to fight against the hyper-gentrification project that is Cop City. While there are hundreds of locals here, there are many who have come in solidarity, and we have descended into Atlanta because a call was made, and frontline activists in this struggle said, "We need your help," and we said, "We've got you." This is not a local struggle. The RICO and domestic terrorism charges attempt to criminalize protesting where you don't live. Which is precisely what is needed in that moment is a historic activation of those who want to defend that right, to defend the necessity to traverse across the geographic plane, to step up onto our ethical one, to travel across vast geographies and resist ecocidal projects and white supremacist projects whenever they attempt to be built. This is not a local struggle. We are fighting for Gaza, right here, right now. Every single one of our struggles are connected. Every single one of our lives are connected. All of life is interrelated. That is the most powerful, the most dangerous. That is the most beautiful idea. And that is what we make real today. We are raising the bar for what it means to fight. We are raising the bar for what it means to struggle. We are raising the bar for what it means to come across lines of vast political, identity-based, and geographic difference to live and fight together. And while it might be exhausting, it might be expensive, and it might be a little bit of a logistical headache, there's something that's kind of easy about it, right? There's a certain kind of closeness. There's a certain kind of warmth in this crowd. And that is our ethical plane of consistency. We have found each other, and we will never lose each other again. We are atomized no more, and we will continue to build and fight together for the rest of our lives. We come together, we move together, we act together, we leave together. Be like water. Water is life. We are life. This is a space of becoming ungovernable, a space of becoming a material, revolutionary force. We have the power to face the world together. We have the power to love and support one another. We have the power to win, and we have the power to block Cop City! 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 Block Cop City!
I can't picture different. They're not, I mean the they them. Thank you.
All right. I don't know how they're going to organize themselves, but they're about to do it, and we're about to see it. And looks like they're getting ready to march. We'll be following along. Thanks for joining us.
What color group they're in and begin to assemble into
I'm a
your
photographer,
group
you
that
know.
prepared with.
Thank you.
Yeah. I am wearing some gear. My pronouns are on them. Someone will take a picture. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that we're going to swirl around, try to get to the... Should we go that way? Or should we go this way? Let's go that way. We're going to try to swirl around to the front of this march. I think it's the front. Again, they're organizing into their march, and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to be laid out, but we're going to see, I guess. Again, thanks for joining us. Let me try to give you a little bit of background if you just join up where we're at right now. Again, it is so-called Atlanta, Georgia, Block Cop City. You heard the spokesperson speak there for a little bit. Hello. And yeah, we're over here. It looks like this is a banner. Let's read it together. All right. So, we're just kind of kitted out. It's been pretty intense out here at times. You can see people are wearing personal protective equipment, like masks, Here we go. Defend the forest, defund the police, and we are the people's stop work order are the two banners. I don't know if this is the front or this folks are just holding banners here. I'm not really sure. We're going to figure it out. And let me see if I can read this description so we know what's going on. Again, you just heard that speaker. I would definitely use their words, or his words. He did share his pronouns. We'll just wait. I think you kind of get it. If you're joining, Block Cop City is going down. People's stop work order. And I think we're going to start following this march to the site. There is some music playing, so there goes the live stream eventually. And there they go. Folks taking off. We want to try. I guess I don't know which way. I don't know which way the construction site's at. So we're gonna follow them. They're gonna let us know. Watch out for this big hill here. Again, I'm just reporting to all of our relatives here on the Indian Collective platform. Thank you so much for joining us. We have hundreds of folks here who are saying no to the destruction of the Weelaunee Forest, no to the building of a massive police training facility that's going to include a small city, an apartment building, basically the police training to control city blocks. And again, that relationship of training, they're going to be training police officers from all over the country to do that, and they're also being trained by the Israeli Defense Forces. You can see a video in our thread there. It's the exchange of training. So here is the march. Wow, that's good. Feeling people. People are cheering. And we're in so-called Atlanta, Georgia. There's some helicopters been strolling overhead. 2 of them now. I can't make out any sort of who they are. But definitely, since we got here, there's been a helicopter surveying. I see a few drones up now too. I'm not sure. I assume they're personal drones, but I don't know for sure. And yeah, I'm always really horrible at counting numbers, so you can see for yourself how many folks are here. Definitely a few hundred. Giant puppets. And maybe we can just let the march go by and then run back to the front. Sound good? All right. So yeah, we're going to let this march go by so you get a feel of what it looks like. You have some flags posted up throughout. You have different banners, different art. People chanting Viva Viva Tortuguita. It's a big front of the march. I'll give it that. It's 3 banners across the front. It's 2 helicopters overhead. 2 planes too, but I don't think they're related. Helicopters are definitely turning a circle around us. All the folks who are gathered here in the park. Here's Grisham Park. Okay, people are starting their march. Actually, they're really trying to stick together real tight. 3 front banners, or 2 front banners, side banner. Got Block Cop City, boom, right there. Umbrellas in the mix. That's right. We're gonna get a little closer and let it go by. We'll go right here. This was a good spot. Yeah, and we'll just let it go by. Then we're gonna try to get back to the front. It'll be really fun with all the gear we're wearing and carrying, but we're gonna do it. We'll be on the other side to try to make sure that the audio doesn't devastate the live stream. Big, massive, really amazing puppets coming by. I'm not sure whether there's a 3-headed one. Got some drums playing. Weelaunee Forest, big arms spread open like they're gonna hug someone. There's also a fist that says, fuck no. That's reading signs. Oh, here comes a cluster of FDP signs, FDP flags. You can describe what that means to you. Yeah, a lot of puppets, a lot of art being held. And folks are engaged in this direct action. I know that, a little bit of levity as I'm speaking about it, but people are taking some real risk. The repression against the movement in Stop Cop City has been real, devastating, targeting a massive amount of people with RICO charges for doing, earlier in the week we're interviewing people about them, for just doing mutual aid support. Basically, community supporting itself has been criminalized here very, very thoroughly. And so people are still mobilizing and saying no, and they're still going to decide to say no to Cop City. They're still going to do it. They're going to head that way, and we're going to head there with them. So if you're following along, let's see how it goes. All right, so that's about the end of the march to get a sense of how big it is. Pretty thin, holding it together. Again, helicopters came a little lower, trying to get a better sense of what they're seeing. And again, these helicopters that are swirling around us have really good optics and cameras. Definitely seeing that they have some infrared capability based on stuff that's come out over time. So just so you know, that's what's watching this march. They're switching out helicopters, from my understanding. Is like one and then another comes in, so they have to like refuel based on how long this will be. I don't know how much that's costing, but that's what's happening. And again, there's right now no police presence here that I see, at least visible. Definitely seen a lot of unmarked vehicles in the past, but I can't tell you if there's any here. It looks like people are taking the streets. Looks like they're marching down a sidewalk through the park right now. And we're just following along. Let's listen and see how it goes. And people trying to keep their march together tight. Again, usually police try to separate people from each other, try to break them into smaller groups, and so folks look like they're just trying to stick together to be a massive block as they head towards the construction site. Again, I don't really know how far it is, so we might be live for a while. So, if you're watching, put some medicine down for our feet, because here we go. Yeah, we've been here all week. We're here for the Stop Cop City week of action. You saw all those marches, and this is Block Cop City. You heard that speaker say that they're one after the other, sort of like intertwined movements, trying to complement each other, but also like this is a whole different spiel. So again, we've brought you to a lot of protests. We've shown you a lot of different ways people organize. Here's another one, a mass nonviolent direct action heading towards a construction site to say no to the construction of Cop City. Oh, I won't move a little quicker. So we're gonna try to move past the people who are just strolling along here. Got some folks taking their dogs for a walk, and there's a park. A big, massive press too. So we're like definitely in a press scrum here with a lot of different press. We could also get to the side, let them go by, and just kind of walk alongside as well. Looks like there's some legal observers along marching as well. They got these folks filming their house. Anyways, okay. Press is weird, but here we are as press. Holding cameras for the people, making sure you can see what's going down across the nation. We're here in so-called Atlanta, Georgia. Really excited for all of our relatives to be joining us today. We are live right now as this march heads to the construction site. Again, I don't know how far is it already. I don't know how long it's going to be, but here we go. People are moving I move really just slow and together, which, varying degrees. Yeah. So people are trying to control the pace of the march a little bit. And again, this is a bunch of different groups of folks. I wouldn't say there is there's a spokesperson who was spoke in the beginning, kind of trying to speak to the Block Cop City movement. we're gonna see the puppets here in a moment. We definitely should stick around for them. You know. Again, like a lot of folks here, a lot of different people from different places. It looks like holding this space. We're gonna keep it here so we can see these puppets as they come by. You can see so it's an occupation everywhere in all its forms. Stop Cop City, free all forest defenders. Again, people are still being held. There's a mosquito that says "We will drain you." It is going by. It has little like money droplets that are like blood droplets. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably pretty hard to see. Kind of like right there behind the, I think, Free Drew. I can see that little money. So a lot of really creative art trying to just convey why folks are here. Here's this puppet, three-headed. Whew. Looking badass. Another puppet looking beautiful up in the sky there, arms wide open. I assume the arms flap. Somebody's holding that together, and it has a tail on it. Wow. Again, we got, fuck no. Who are the real domestic terrorists? Again, domestic terrorism laws are really, really loosely written, which is really dangerous for the public, allowing people to apply, allowing the state to apply them to just basically whoever they want, because the language is so vague. Again, these are the laws that usually pass. You have Viva Tort, Pigs Go Home, Grow Resistance, FTP, Never Cop City. The band's coming up. Maybe you'll follow along the band for a bit. We'll follow behind him here. Again, our crews out here, we have a lot of protective gear on. We report from a lot of different places. And definitely, the United States definitely becomes a conflict zone sometimes, and the police are just really adamant about holding their space. Oh, you're good, you're great. And so I just want to make clear that we're doing this for our own personal safety from the police forces who will unleash. If you're following the George Floyd uprising in Minneapolis, tons of police were injured, or police, tons of the press were injured. People lost eyes, people have lost limbs, have lost. It's not a great scene. The police will definitely let loose with their munitions, and so we want to make sure that we can keep our crew a little safe. So we're wearing some protective gear, specifically to protect us from police actions. But we're here to report, and so we're going to be just on the side trying to keep our space reporting to our wonderful Indian Collective platform, all of our relatives across the nation, just letting you know the different actions people are taking to protect the forest, protect the land, protect the water, protect the animals. And say no to Cop City, which again is being built in a predominantly black community where they have leveled the forest, causing flooding, causing the environment to change drastically. Even we spoke to somebody saying there was an increase the temperature in the area by almost 3 degrees by losing that forest. And that's what the decisions that are being made by those in power. There's been a massive push, petitions, trying to get the Cop City to be put as a decision made by the people of Atlanta, which has been a pushback by the state, of course, when democracy starts trying to operate. The state does its best to unwind it a bit to make sure they get what they want. And so that's what's going on here in Atlanta. Pretty wild. Yeah, we're probably going to stick with the band. Let's just do it. Started train over across the bridge. It looks like the march is going to stop. They're just trying to keep folks together. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Sounds good. Little spin through it. Little spinny. Again, you're listening to them chant "Free, Free Palestine." This training facility will be bringing trainers in from the defense forces using the Skilly program. They train police officers here in the United States. Again, cop cities are trying to be built across the nation as the nation gets ready for, what they're getting ready for, I suppose. And they'll be training police forces to basically control large urban areas, what it looks like the goals are. So we're getting towards the back of the march, I'd say. There's still quite a bit of it behind us. Again, just like general feel, it looks like it's growing a little bit as we continue on, as people are basically straggling in. Again, there's a lot of different movements going on all the time, different intersections of movements. We're here at this Block Cop City, which is about 2 years. It's been going on for 2 years in different iterations. Right now, folks are doing this massive nonviolent direct action. You heard those agreements in the beginning if you were here. Everyone here is sort of trying to move with those agreements together to enter. It sounds that way. I think they enter a site. I don't know. To stop construction. There's in the beginning, in the front of the march, there was the People Stop Work order. So they want to stop work. They're going to do it this way. And we're going to bring you along. And again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. I'm Lorenzo Sedona, Director of Tactical Media here. Just reporting to our wonderful relatives here on the Indian Collective. So thankful for all of you. And we'll show you how it goes down. Someone pull up a vehicle chanting "Stop Cop City."
Stand up, fight back! 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 Stand up, fight back!
Someone carrying a plant in their hand, holding hands with their friends. Multiple people are just holding plants in their hands. They march towards what was once a really vibrant forest. You'll see what it looks like when we get there.
Stop
And the day will progress. It'll get hotter. And so we'll see also how that wears on folks. People are carrying, water and then some supplies to mitigate that. But, as the day progresses, the sun's rising up higher. Usually the hottest point of the day is about 3 p.m., pretty sure. And so we're pretty far from that. Gee! Watch out, let go. Oh. Somebody's moved the branch for us. It's very kind. See, Stop Cop City, and the Coca-Cola sort of logo, who's a supporter. They are based, I don't know, they have a big facility here. People are asking the march to slow down a little bit. It's definitely stringing out and getting a little thinner and thinner as people are moving. And so people are calling to the front right now, trying to get people to hear it. But again, the march is pretty spread out. I can't even see the front anymore. Like I would say too, people have joined. Want to look to the front-ish? Closer to the front, or? I mean, I don't know. If somebody online can let us know, like, how far the site is from where we started. Could be a while. So we're just holding the live up. We'll just listen for a bit, and let's experience what the people are experiencing again. It's really beautiful to see, like, people holding little trees. Like I say, little trees they may want to plant. I don't know, but they're holding them in their hands, holding each other's hands, and moving towards the site. People in the back are chanting "slow down." But again, it'll probably be really hard for the front to hear that, but I can see some folks maybe trying to transfer that information. There we go. Again, as this march is progressing, there's also a helicopter following overhead. Very clearly, probably law enforcement helicopter, maybe state patrol. I can't see the numbers. It looks like maybe, it's just swirling around over and over again. It's been following us since the march left Grisham Park. Oh, there's another one. I hear another one. Oh, they're in there. All right, so we're going to try to make our way to the front. Again, the march is moving together. Okay, someone's yelling at me. Well, I'd stay on this side. Again, there's people are chanting, trying to get the march to sort of like come together. But again, as it's progressing, it looks like it is spreading out. Hearing that might stop in the future here, bring people back together, but we'll see. Oh. Yeah, let's move away from the. Yeah, so like people are trying to communicate. They would like to be closer together. Again, it's a pretty massive march. It feels like now, and it's hard for a march to communicate from the front to the back, and so that's what people are trying to do right now. Just trying to stick together. It looks like, Again, there's been no, they're sticky. No police I've seen so far besides the helicopter overhead. And I assume they know that everyone's heading towards the construction site, so we'll see what that looks like. Maybe it's... Definitely two helicopters now, one higher than the other.
Palestine will be free. 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 From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free.
All right, let's start getting back to the front of the march. So you got all the press. There's some press vehicles following along as well on the sides. Just pop in front a little bit. So yeah, I see helicopters overhead. Not sure who they're with, but they've been following. Another one joined. Oh, there's three. There's now three helicopters. There you go. Wow, I hope they're communicating. Are three? Or maybe the same one. Ish. Anyways, lots of aerial surveillance. Maybe that's a... This looks weird, it's like blurred. Alright. So we're getting to a small bridge over here. Again, we are at the front of the march. We are the People's Stop Work Order. People are intending to stop work at the construction site today. And we're just bringing you here live. Lots of helicopters overhead. I'm definitely like, oh my gosh, helicopters. Lots of memories of constant helicopter surveillance, so definitely annoying. Let's get across and wait, or I guess I don't know what they're gonna do. All the press is assuming they're going this way. Alright. Alright, so we're crossing a little bridge over some creek, maybe? Yeah, small creek, little bridge over it. Oh, we're in the woods now. Feels different. It's a little cooler. I can see this is all the press. Here we are. Here we are. We did it. We're in the press scrum. Hey, what up, what up? Good to see you. So a lot of, at least interest. I'm not sure who everybody's with, but there is a bunch, a lot of photographers, a lot of press, I'm sure a lot of independent press. And then us, Indian Collective, rolling for y'all, live here. It looks like folks are going to stop for a moment. So let's make a little bit of space. Of the march is trying to get people to move out of the way. Let's go, let's go. Just moving. Again, like, so people are trying to bring the march, it sounds like, back together. I'm not sure where this comes out. Let's move down a little bit. That's why I'm curious what's down here. So we're just gonna move down. Yeah, it looks like the press is just kind of strolling away. I'm not sure if they realize that the march has stopped. I can see them like way down in the distance. And I think what's happening is that the march is just trying to make sure that everyone's together. Maybe taking like some bathroom breaks. I don't know. I mean, it's the woods. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making assumptions. That's not super good reported. But yeah, again, block Cop City, defend the forest, defund the police, the front banners, people holding some flags, up there some umbrellas, and yeah, we're heading somewhere. I think the construction site, I'm not sure how far away it is, but we're going to figure that out together. I can hear a chant sort of to the, I guess to my left, on the other side of these trees. I'm not sure if people are out on the street chanting, or I know there were some people who had stopped, started chanting Stop Cop City, calling responses from the march. And here, so I don't know if we're close, but people are definitely really intent on staying together now. So there's like really, just moving along here. Yeah, folks it's a lot of risk here in Atlanta, Georgia, as the police have used the RICO charges against activists, or just because folks providing support to each other, providing mutual aid, providing food. I think there was even like COVID receipts were used as a way of connecting folks. The words people are using are being used to be collecting folks, and people are still organizing to stop Cop City, block it today. Despite this massive police repression, which again is meant to chill the movement. They're putting these massive charges on people, usually hoping, in my experience, to try to get people to not show up. You can see people did show up to say no, to stop Cop City, to block Cop City despite this. And again, these charges are pretty massive, using domestic terrorism charges. If you read through that statute, the language is really vile. And the things that the people are being charged, the people who are being charged allegedly did, again, mutual aid, providing support, providing food, buying COVID tests, and so on. So that's what they're using to connect people, saying that they deserve these charges, and it is pretty terrifying, really. If you think about the work that folks do in the community, even like supporting houseless folks, they could somehow use that, saying that you're a criminal syndicate or something. And so that's what's happening here, and folks still showed up despite it, which, yeah, it's a lot. One second. All right. Yeah, let's move ahead. We're gonna move ahead really quick, and we're gonna be right back. We're gonna switch some batteries, and let's make sure we keep this going. Oh, we just came back. Yeah, so we're in the forest here. Sorry about that. We had to do some battery changing, but we are back live here. Just keeping this live going. We'll have to take it down there probably like hour and a half, so folks know, for a little bit. And also, we're a bunch of human beings here who might need to take a little bit of breaks. We're still in this forest. People had stopped. It looks like just really diligently trying to stick together. I'll do a really quick, just make sure our audio and video looks good. Give me 1 second. All right, wonderful. All right, again, we have a lot of battery, a lot of gear, and so we're trying to keep everything up. We will have to take it down every once in a while for short breaks as we sort of re-up all the batteries that we have on us. And so again, here's the front of the march still coming. Lines press, kind of straggling about. Someone got really far ahead now. They must know that we're closer or getting closer. All right. Yeah, it took a little longer to switch back that battery. Just a lot of different things. A lot of tech that we're running here, so let's try to make sure everything's running good, looking good, sounding good. And again, we're just going to keep following along here at this massive nonviolent direct action against Cop City being built in Atlanta, Georgia, called Block Cop City. You can see right here, we are the People Stop Work Order. 2 years of just many different tactics from pretty sure like just direct actions to petitions to just sort of trying to use all the different legal apparatuses that exist. I think it was one of the longest commenting period, like public commenting periods. Massive. If people go in the public comments, it's like always the same, like massive amount of people saying no, and then they still go forward anyways. Similar thing happened here. I've been doing many public comment periods. Listened to maybe like hundreds, maybe thousands of people say they don't want whatever project it is, and like 3 or 4 people who are paid by like their folks to be there, and yeah, then they just go ahead and build it. So seems like that's what happened here as well. I don't know the exact deets on that public commenting period, but it did happen, and nothing. I'm not sure where we're at. As they keep moving until the march. So, thanks for being here. We'll have to take visors down for a minute every once in a while to change batteries, so folks know. Chee. People of Shanty, if you build it, we'll burn it. So we're kind of like chatting. It sounds like we're heading towards a tunnel where there's actually a police presence. I can't see it. But it looks like that's where folks are going. Just kind of hearing reports that there might be a tunnel up ahead, which I don't know how our live will do in the tunnel, just a big heads up. And that there might be a police presence on the other side of the tunnel. I can't see it. Again, that's just what I'm hearing. And so we're just going to see what happens, I guess. There's definitely a lot of press further down that way. Can you hold this a second? So it looks like folks are moving. They're really uneven ground, trying to get to the front of the march. Yeah, there's helicopters overhead. Live streaming as well to their stations. Let's see how this. Oh, we're going up an incline. Folks are running into people's yards. I'm sure that people are going to love it. Oh, it's press. Press is running in the yards. The march itself is saying to the street. Yeah, there's a lot. We're going to try to get to the front here. Moving, ambling. People are coming out on their front steps filming. Three helicopters overhead. Again, front banners: defend the forest, defund the police. We are the people. Stop work order. People intending to stop construction of Cop City, block construction. And based on, I feel it's pretty beautiful. A lot of art, flags, people wearing their best, holding these banners. That's really believing in defending the forest. stopping the militarization of police, which is ongoing continually. You heard those speeches earlier from the spokesperson. I think their name was, his name was Ben. I'm sure that's might be available. Oh shoot! How was that? I know I was almost the enemy again. I gotta tie my shoe. See how long that holds. Let's see if I can find people aren't on people's lawns. Told me it's like that march is actually in the street. The press did run pretty deep into the lawns for a minute. Yeah, that's all good. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks everyone who's chatting. I know that we're getting probably engulfed by some trolls. Thanks for holding the line there, all the folks who have been following us for a while, our relatives. Again, we're trying to give you different types of mobilization. This, again, is a mass mobilization, massive nonviolent direct action. Folks' intention is to stop construction of Cop City. It's called Block Cop City. And I think you can go through now and see some clips from the earlier live stream you're just joining right now. We're live in so-called Atlanta, Georgia, heading to the Weelaunee Forest, which is traditional Mvskoke and Seminole territory. Folks are saying no to the destruction of that forest, although the destruction has been continuous. And here we go. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just checking out the chat a little bit, just seeing what's going on. Thanks to everyone who's watching. I like that grass can grow back. People can't. But, you know, the march is in the street, which, again, people probably have feelings about. I'm sure you're out there having those feelings. Got a little drilled up. So, real serious vehicles here. I assume that's just the house vehicles. And we are live at Block Cop City, the Block Cop City mobilization, where hundreds of organizers from around Turtle Island are marching to block ongoing construction and enforce a People Stop Work order organized by hashtag Block Cop City Coalition. Cop City is a $90 million police, fire, and rescue training facility. Watch your back here, homie. Training facility being built on top of 381 acres of the Weelaunee Forest, traditional homelands of the Mvskoke and Seminole peoples. Police violence and suppression of organizers and activists working to stop the construction of the site has been escalating. Sorry, we're trying to make sure, folks. Our camera person is walking backwards. We want to make sure they don't No, everything doesn't end for y'all. Thought the construction of the site has been escalated from the start of the fight, with organizers facing large bail and bond fees, domestic terrorism charges, and RICO charges. Earlier this year, Afro-Indigenous Stop Cop City organizer Tortuguita was murdered by the Georgia State Troopers. Again, that's where we're at right now. It's the mobilization you're seeing live. Really thankful to be here. And again, I gotta tell you, one of the lives recently we were talking about the domestic terrorism charges and how, I was watching a grandmother on their own land try to stop an excavator from destroying, I think it was their pecan trees, orchard that was in their family for centuries. And they were arrested on their own land and then charged and dubbed a domestic terrorist. And so that's how that's when they sat down, had their hands up in front of the machines, and that's how they labeled that person. So again, definitely do your research. They're using these labels. Check out what people are saying. Check out what's happening. We're showing you what's happening here. A nonviolent direct action, massive mobilization, and the outcome of it we're going to see as well. And it'll play out. And these charges are going to be played out in the courts for a long time. And that's the thing they try to do is they put charges on people, put you into the system, and the system isn't just like you get your charges and you're done. It's like you have to go back. Sometimes you get held in jail. You have to travel back to the location. Oh, you can see the back. You move to the left here. You can see how far this march goes. It's pretty far back. We're on an incline. You can probably hear my breath. Yeah, people on their steps. Let's get to the intersection and hold for a second. We're getting ahead of the march a little bit. Again, there was the march was heading towards the tunnel, I heard. And the other side of the tunnel, there's a police presence. It looks like the march side. That's actually not their route. It didn't go that way. And so I'm sure that, and if there are police forces, I haven't seen yet. I can't really verify them. They're probably scrambling around, repositioning themselves. And, this march is just continuing. Oh, I was like, we're going to take a break. We're not. We're not going to. Let's get on the corner here. Again, our team out here is reporting to the Indian Collective platform. So thankful for all our relatives who are here with us today. Definitely acknowledging you out there. We wanted to bring you to this direct action. To show you again, we're showing you all these different types of resistance. I know a lot of our relatives have been resistant since birth, since the get. Every day, existence is resistance. But here's some folks that have organized themselves to take a direct action, a nonviolent direct action, against construction on, as we read, the Weelaunee Forest, traditional Mvskoke territory. And earlier today, too, I think a few days ago at the Stop Cop City Week of Action, we spoke to, I'm just listening. Yeah, so it's, all right, so people are discussing, it sounds like, again, we're about to probably see the police forces where they're at. Right now we're just seeing some forests, but just talking about what the destruction of the forest, destruction of the land means. We spoke to somebody talking about how the water table was being destroyed, flooding was being increased in this predominantly black neighborhood, air quality is being decreased by the destruction of the forest, and as well as the temperature was going to increase. And you've experienced last year the massive heat waves. And so it's just like it'll be continuous. As we know, climate change is continuing across the world as the temperature increases. I think I saw some data that there was already hitting that 2-degree threshold in certain places in the United States. Again, we've covered the land in concrete. That seems to make it way hotter as well. We're destroying the land. We're destroying the trees. I would say we being, I guess, the state and corporations who are out for extractive gains, capitalist gains in that way. And that is having massive repercussions to communities across the world. Predominantly those who don't have very little to do with that destruction, who don't have the resources to actually do any part of that, those decisions being made to level these forests, level the top of mountains. So we're going to keep us live on this sharing information. Again, I've been around, I guess. Little family hanging out. It's like, so then you look at the little families. All right, I think we're going to head into this forest. Oh no, we're turning left. They're chanting, "Don't panic, stay tight. We're going to be all right." There's a vehicle in the road. They're just going to ask them if they can pull over. I just see the march to go around them. Person's laughing. I just moved his vehicle out of the way, kind of laughing about it a little bit. There was people communicating with the drivers, letting them know this march is coming through, and you know, that's just the direction they're heading. All right, just laughing, very funny. Seems very joyous. People cheering, giving them props, thanking them. There's another vehicle that's turned onto the road. Vehicles turning around. I just saw a police vehicle move past, two of them, lights flashing. Looks like they're turning off, maybe blocking the road up ahead to our left. There's two police vehicles, lights on. First sight I've seen on the ground, at least some police vehicles visually identifying themselves with the information on the side. And it looks like they're trying to block the road, traffic on the road maybe. And folks are police are getting out of their vehicles as well. We're at Wilder Crest Road, maybe? I don't know. Hold on. Boulevard. No, hold on. Boulder Crest. There we go. Boulder Crest Road and Constitution Road. First sight of the police officers. Looks like they're just kind of posting up. A couple of them getting out of their vehicles, but they're not really doing much else. And we'll see, I guess, what more forces show up. Yeah, it looks like they're stopping traffic on this main thoroughfare here, which looks like a pretty big thoroughfare. There's a semi on it. And they're looking on again. They're outside of their vehicles right now, watching the march as it comes to Boulder Crest Road and Constitution Road, the intersection. So if you're following on the internet there, you got that little map system going on. You can see it. Here comes, I think, an armored vehicle that's pulled up. I think it might be like a Bearcat. I don't know. I don't think that's a personal vehicle. There's some side-by-sides now pulling up as well. We have press in the street as well. So you have, let's move to the other side before they get here. So you have an armored vehicle. It looks like, I can't see looks pretty brand new. It's very shiny. So I'm not sure which way the march is going to go. It looks like they're trying to pull that armored vehicle ahead of it. Yeah, I just gunned it. So now there's an armored vehicle in front, leading the way wherever we're going. See some side-by-sides with police officers in full tactical gear as well behind us, behind these two police vehicles. We also have another police vehicle moving up. There's two officers inside, and they don't look super kitted up, so I think that these folks are just kind of rolling around. We'll probably see those folks up in the future here. DeKalb County Police 13243, the vehicle. It looks like they're just on the side of the march right now. Oh, that's what it is. There's like semis and stuff in the left lanes heading this direction. It looks like a vehicle, unmarked police vehicle in front of them. Looks like the semis have pulled over. You want to try to get to the front? All right. We're trying to move to the front of the march here. Again, just trying to get back to the front of the march and we'll move off to this side. We kind of got pulled into the streets are following along. It's trying to give you a view of that. The police now starting their sirens. I think they're just trying to keep the march to these two lanes. Yeah, so please get another vehicles, put in high visibility vests. Just in the middle of the lane, lights flashing. We have this vehicle moving along the side. Here's the Bearcat. I bet these have tactical gear. Yep, there they are. Looks like a AR-15 was in one of their laps, or at least I saw the buttstock of what looked like one. The stock. So yeah, that was a group of three, all kitted out, helmets and armor. Not riot gear. That is tactical gear to like do like a forced entry or some shit. They're just rolling around. Yeah, so again, the march is now continuing. There's police kind of following along behind it and in front. Again, I know there's always people out there like you're giving it away where they're at, but they've literally been following with a helicopter this whole time. You know, so they like to say, put it together. They're well aware of where this march is at. It's very loud, very visible. And we're heading down Constitution, I think it is right now. And as they keep heading in the direction that we're going, again, I don't know how far we are from the site. I don't even know where it's at. I'm kind of like near this spot. You know what I'm saying? But we're just going to keep this live. UPS won a big contract recently. There they are. Still working hard. Oh, yeah. So it looks like a bunch of police vehicles are up ahead. Maybe we can get ahead a little bit to show what the march is probably about to meet. But yeah, we see a lot of flashing lights. We're going to get ahead of the march, kind of walk up, show you what's sort of stationed ahead. And yeah, whew, looks like a few vehicles. Lots of flashy lights. Yeah, so it looks like the police are stationed over here now. We heard where we were at before, there was some sort of tunnel maybe, and the police were stationed behind it. And now it looks like we're here, and a lot of police vehicles are waiting for this march. 2, 4, 6, 8, May 10. Nobody's out of their vehicles yet that I can see. The tactical side-by-side has moved up by them. Looks like they're communicating with the cars. Those are the people who had tactical gear, like full armor. Again, not riot gear, but like sort of armor to like do like a forced entry into a building or something. You know, like it's not riot gear. I think there's a big difference. So I don't know what the march's plan is, but they're still heading this direction. Again, there's no like police line in front of them yet, although I can see police officers out of their vehicles now. Yeah, it looks like police officers are getting out of their vehicles up ahead. It looks like they're forming some sort of line, right? You can see that? Does it look like they're forming a line? Yeah. Let's go take a look. So we're going to get a little closer. Again, the march is behind us, the Block Cop City March, heading in the direction that we're walking towards this police line right now. Helicopters overhead that have been following this march since they had gathered together at the park, at Grisham Park, I think it was called. And yeah, it looks like they got some riot shields up ahead. And again, like what we're probably going to see is some sort of line that's formed, maybe to stop the progression of the march. I don't really know. But we'll describe that to you and try to explain how the police are using their tactics, how they're organizing themselves, if they do that, and also the weaponry that's being used to maybe... Oh, what weaponry is being used? I don't know what they're going to use it for. I don't want to make any assumptions. Like maybe just everyone just walks by and like people wave. I don't know. Oh yeah, the police are across the road now, from blocking both lanes of traffic. Looks like a very thin line of police, I'd say. I don't think that's a very like robust line of cops, but they are there, and they look like they have shields, and they're just kind of waiting for the march to reach them now. We're gonna walk up to them, take a look. You can see the other press is going to do the same, and just show you what's going on here on the ground. What was that big one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're just going to stick kind of like right here is a good spot. We'll just move real slow, progressing, because again, we don't really know what's going to happen here. We don't know if the march is just going to do whatever, you know. We don't really have any idea. It's a good time where I put on more gear, but I'm not gonna. I think we'll be okay. I just like, for real honesty, to the police use events like this to train themselves, and so you're probably going to see some like highly trained people, and then people who have never been in the front like a riot line like this before, who are using the opportunity to train for future events like this. And so, this sharing, that's kind of how it goes down usually. We'll probably see lines of cops. You'll probably see cops behind them who are like sort of in charge of how people moving back and forth. You'll see some cops that have probably weaponry behind the line that are supposed to fire over the line if needed, and they'll have arrest teams. Usually the front of the line isn't an arrest team. Their job is to hold, and they'll probably try to bring people into the line behind it to arrest folks systematically. But again, I don't think that will be what happens. I think that there's not a lot of police officers for the amount of people who are here right now, and it might just be a show of force. Again, just making assumptions based on the experience. Somebody's reported to a lot of different like United States conflict zones, which they are here. Like, I'm not wearing armor because I'm afraid of this march. I just know that the police like to fire projectiles, sometimes from roofs, down into the groups and masses of people. So I just want to be safe. Yeah, so like between the march and the police is just a massive amount of press. Probably like 30, 40 press folks. You can hear a police vehicle trying to move alongside to the left of the march, hitting their sirens. Let's stay in front of the march. Let's stay in between them, I think. So we're running, like you can see, this is a walkway. People walked here before, basically the color of the grass. It looks like a boulevard, so they don't have a lot of like walking space. You can see the massive press is already interacting with the police up ahead. And we're just moving up to the police line up there. Yeah, so like the armored vehicle that passed by us is here. You got a police line with full riot shields and some circle riot shields as well. The circle ones are more than likely the fast-moving sort of arresting that people push in. The longer ones are probably going to hold the line if they need to. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. Just sort of just sharing information based on experience. So you can see the press there filming the police, taking some good photos of them. On the left of the road, just so people know, there's a chain link fence. Looks like barbed wire on top. Again, they're on the march is on the right hand of the road, the right two-hand side lanes. We're about to be right by the DeKalb County Fire Station, number 10. It looks like that's where the police line is. The police line's on West Side Place. So again, if you're following on the internet, you can see exactly where this police have set up. People are just like, the press is just really, they're checking out the cops. They're just checking them out, seeing what they're wearing. March is moving real slow, heading this way behind us. We're just going to get to the police, and then we'll show you sort of like the front. So there's a big forest behind the police line. There's a tactical response team vehicle from the DeKalb County Police. Riot cop station behind it, at least with riot shields, definitely riot helmets. You can see that the gear looks different on the riot police. You have a, you can see, they'll take you right to left so we can take a look at what this police line looks like. I assume these folks are the shot callers for the cops. These two folks sit up here, yellow helmet, white helmet. Quickly. No problem, moving out of the way. Again, they're going to be moving us. We're here to report what's going on and show you what's happening. So right to left, you can see this is what we're talking about. This riot gear. You can see the protective equipment on the legs, the shields, way different than tactical gear. If you look behind the police line, you have people in tactical gear, which is like chest plates, plate carriers, and so on. All right, we're going to move. I guess we'll hang out with the press. So it looks like the two officers in charge are about to make contact with the front of the march. We can show. Yep. Hey. So they keep moving. Move back, move back. So the march is just moving. The riot police are moving shields in now, forming a line. There's now the marches banners have met the shields. More police officers are moving closer. Police officers charged a rubber bullet gun. They're yelling, "Get back!" So we're on this side here. There's definitely a shoving match going on. Police are saying, "Get back!" Again, they've charged their weaponry, and they're sort of looking right now. But again, I don't really think they can do much at this point. People are just holding their space, holding their line, holding their front banners, and police are ramming their shields into them. Behind the police with shields, there are officers with AR-15 short barrel rifles holding on to each other, looking on. It looks like they're throwing some equipment into this. Looks like a tear gas canister of some sort. Their tear gas is now going off, or at least there's some smoke. I'm not smelling it. And the police are continuing to push, trying to hold back. People are just holding, linked together, heading in this direction. It doesn't seem like tear gas. I'm smelling it. No, it looks like white smoke right now. Now they're throwing tear gas into the crowd. They're throwing munitions. Yeah, that's tear gas. Oh, I should have worn my mask. I'm going to move away. Oh, so the crowd's dispersing. People are being hit. Tear gas is pretty intense. Lots of tear gas is in there. People are putting their equipment on. I'm going to try and move away and put mine on. Can you hold this? You good? Yeah. I don't think you'll be able to hear me anymore. There's a massive amount of tear gas that was thrown at the march. It's dispersed. The front banners are down. And people are just holding space here. Looks like there's another police force that's moving from the side, throwing munitions. We're going to stay on the side here and try to bring it back close. We're just trying to get our gear together. So I don't know if you can hear me. I know it's going to be really hard to hear me once I'm wearing this gas mask. And that's just where we're at, I guess. Is this zipped up? Hello? Is my backpack closed? Oh, yeah. Okay. Massive amount of police are now moving up. So let's go ahead and move along the side here. We'll see how close we can get. We have a... Yeah, we're sitting here. Well, we had press is like moving up. We're on the side. Side. There's explosions in the forest. They hear you. Your audio. Okay, good. There's a noise in the forest that sounds like explosions. Alright, so they're moving the press back. We're trying to get as close as we can. We're not going to keep moving. We have to report what's going on. Keep moving. Over there. Now you need to back up. Keep pushing. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to figure out how to get to actually where we're going. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. We don't know when we get back to the front of the march again. There's some noises in the woods to our left. It looks like police came in from the sides as well and threw tear gas canisters into the march, which really changed the vibe, I guess. Yeah.
You don't need to be in the middle of it, all right? It's done. It's done. Stay here, okay? Throw what you got. We'll work with you, you work with us. Stay out of the fray, okay? Just hold here. Okay?
We had to move up faster.
All right, well, just 1 second. You have that campfire?
Where are the people?
There's DeKalb County Fire Station number 10. Is where the
DeKalb County Fire Station number 10 is where the people met the police line, and the police started to toss. It's okay. To toss canisters at them. The police have moved us back and formed a line, and now they're moving into the forest to the side. A lot of police officers are all wearing gas masks. They have different kind of weaponry, or I said at least lethal weaponry. It looks like some pepper ball. So you keep backing us up. So again, all right. So we totally got pushed out, and now they're pushing us further and further away. There's no real way to provide any sort of accountability. All the way back there is what they're saying, I guess. So again, just stay with us. We're gonna try to figure out what we can do. Again, the march seems pretty separated. You can see these massive police forces. They had that initial line they met. You have some more tactical groups. So everyone's pointing. They have more officers pushing people back. We're kind of effed. All right, give us a second. We're going to try to collect ourselves. There are police officers walking up with a lot of zip ties right now. Pepper ball shooters, big canisters of OC spray, maybe pepper spray. Moving up to where the people were stopped. It looks like the DeKalb County Fire Station number 10. Now they're threatening the press with going to jail, who's on the side really far away from when anything's happening. Really classic police, again, moving. Anybody is able to observe, document what's happening away from where things are going on.
Yeah, y'all don't want us to see what the group
Yeah.
doing. It's not good.
And tons of cops, too. Like, there is so many police officers right now. 1 second. I'm going to check in with some folks. Damn it. Yeah, this is going to keep telling people to move back. So we have some state troopers now, Georgia State Patrol. Oh, here we are. We're really far away now. That's pretty how it goes. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we need to like move. Get a ride over there, go around. I don't know. Yeah, so like I was talking about the legality of being here. The police just saying people can't be here when they're like, oh, this is illegal to be on the side of the road like this. Folks saying around me. I guess is the cab or Constitution this road? Yeah, so we're on Constitution. It was the DeKalb County Fire Station number 10, and we were pushed down quite a ways. And again, they had that initial. Here's that yellow gun. I think it's like a rubber bullet gun or something. You can see they're moving up with it right now. And so they moved a bunch of the press out, and we got caught up in that scrum, and now we're kind of stuck where we're at. People watching online have an idea of how to move. Be great. Go ahead and share those ideas. You're watching on those maps. But right now we're just stuck here, and we're going to do a little research to see what we can do. Yeah, the police threw tear gas right at into the crowd, and then they tear gassed themselves as well. And they all moved back to put their masks on. Now they've moved back towards the crowd. I can't see the crowd. I don't know if there is a crowd. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm just sort of checking different maps and stuff, trying to see what we can do. We're going to keep aiming that way. We can't hear anything that's going on even. Again, the police have moved us super far back intentionally, formed a line of vehicles that we cannot see past, and now we're just kind of here. The Georgia State Police is here, as well as the DeKalb County Police. Obviously, the tactical units as well. They have a lot of different armored vehicles that have moved up. Yeah, you can see all these lines of cops. There's so many vehicles. There's an armored vehicle coming out of the forest behind us. And we're just hanging out with the press, because we're the press. And they moved us all out. Again. Watch out. The Bearcats coming. Jesus. Oh, they're threatening. They keep trying to move the press down. This is a public thoroughfare on the side. Like saying now this is a crime scene. I'm saying it's a crime scene. We're just here as the press observing. Again, from other people around us are saying that it's a public thoroughfare. We're so far away from what's going on. We're just sitting here. Well, there's no point really to stay here. Yeah, it looks like there's a vehicle way down there. Like this road is blocked off for a really long way. Yeah, so the police have formed a really thick police line up ahead. Let's see. Yeah, they keep trying to move folks further back. There's not really much further back to go. I mean, there's nothing here that we can see anyways, so. I think with a group of press, everyone's clearly marked out. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get back there. Where we live now.
I see where they have the road closed off. If we can go to... Like, are you trying to leave? Because I don't think I'm going to get any close. Okay, so hold on. I'll tell you where they're going.
All right, well, let's move. I think we might as well move back. We're not getting anything here. And we got to figure out what we're doing next. I assume people are being detained, maybe arrested. But, again, we're pretty far back. Yay, I got articulate. And so again, they deployed the tear gas. Tear gas is a particulate, if you don't know. It's called a gas. And so it's like a fine dust that you're inhaling that causes your mucous membranes to start excreting mucus. Hence tear gas, your tear ducts start going. Right now, anybody who got tear gas is covered in this particulate, so it's probably really important to rub it off before you get into vehicles, anything like that. If you have a change of clothes, that's super helpful because you're tear gassed and it's just on you. Yeah. And then, just so you know, like your body's made to clear itself. So if you got in your eyes, just blink a lot. Try to get out. Try to rub your eyes and you rub it in. What should we do? That way? All right, yeah, they're moving like the armored vehicles up. I assume there's nowhere to go that way.
I saw a cop destroy their signs.
So I'm saying, looks like they took away their signs and art. So yeah, it looks like the police are pulling in signs and art from the front. Thank you. Different pieces of that front banner look like they're being dismantled. I still see flags flying. I'm not sure if that's who's holding the flag. We can't really make that out, but I can see a flag kind of twirling around. There might be a standoff going on up there. I'm not really sure. So we have more of the tactical unit coming back here. Okay. We'll be right back. We're going to try to reposition ourselves. Just keep following along. We'll be back live if we do get somewhere. We're just going to keep it rolling. If you're in the chat, you can talk about what's going on. We might take it down. I'm going to check with our team, see what the best move is. But it's obvious that we're not going to be able to move forward. They're challenging us constantly. Again, the police lie. They're allowed to lie. So even if this is a public area, they could be lying. Whatever they're saying, it's hard to really know. We're the press. Everyone's clearly marked out as the press. Nobody is actually interfering whatsoever with all these police actions that are going on. We're pretty far away. So, again, but we're going to move back and see what happens. You can see this leg armor. I see how the people in riot gear were wearing. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back. Give me a read if I should keep this live or not. We might put it on the Be Right Back screen while we move and reposition ourselves. The flags are still up. Yeah, so it looks like there's still flags up there. I see like an orange one, maybe a purple one.
The center and back of the group.
Yeah. So there's probably a group there. The front banners was the one that made contact. The banner made contact with police, and then the police have been trying to hold that line. Eventually deployed tear gas into the crowd, tossing it over into the front, into the middle, which really dissolved that front part pretty quickly. I got hit by tear gas. It was pretty bad. Initially, I wasn't sure if it was tear gas, but it became really clear as I started being unable to breathe. My eyes started to really hurt, and that's why we had to get out a little bit to kind of put on some safety gear. And then when we did that, the police formed a line, pushing us out further and saying that we have to leave. Again, we are leaving. It just takes a second. Yeah, we're thinking about it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna walk out. We're not able to really do much here unless folks think we should stick it. All right, let's go. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. We're back. Okay, we're gonna roll it.
I think those are the signs.
We're gonna roll as we move back towards the road back here. Yeah, there's a bunch of signs. They've been pulled out. The front banner looks like it's been dissolved. I could see a little bit of the white piping. It looked like PVC pipe, maybe. You can see these officers are moving back. Yeah. So we're on the side of the road in a berm on the grass. This road's also completely shut down, and we're super far away from where anything's going on. Yeah, so it looks like the cops are moving back. They probably have, this is probably the initial folks who were at the front, and now they're switching out, putting a newer, fresher crew in the front, and we saw kind of pull up, and that's probably what's holding the line up there. So police officers mostly have tear gas on, masks off. Oh, it's like post hole diggers they're bringing back. It looks like. And it's the Georgia State Patrol. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so they're moving us to the front now. So we're going to go ahead and go up, see what's going on. And you saw that that's where they're telling us to go. We're in a press scrum, who was just waiting on the side of the road. And then we'll see again, like sometimes these things aren't very clearly communicated, so I'm hoping that these folks know we're coming up on them right now. Again, we're clearly marked out. Press reporting to the collective. Thanks again, relatives, for being here. Sorry to those who've experienced this sort of police repression, witnessing it. I know that can be hard. We're moving back up. All right. Just see. All right, so they moved the press back up. I can see that puppet with 3 heads being torn apart right now. And they're waving the press back up. There's a lot of banners we're walking over right now. A lot of the art is scattered at their feet. Flags. There's police officers in the woods right now. Not sure if people ran in the woods. We didn't really witness any of that. We just witnessed sort of that initial sort of coming together of those 2 sides of the road. A lot of like hats. Okay, I can see where they're pushing us. We can see, so again, we're back at the DeKalb County Fire Station number 10. I can see where the press is gathered up ahead. We're moving towards it right now. Georgia State Patrol, 2 Bearcats, the Beast over here on the right, in this big armored vehicle. It looks like a bridge building vehicle. I don't know. It's wild looking. Up there, you have 2 officers sort of in these turreted positions overlooking the crowd. I don't know if they have. Oh, I can smell the tear gas still. It was deployed here, right here. All right, well, here we are. So you have you can see the march off in the distance. You have a police line here holding their space. 3 armored vehicles. One's called the Beast. I don't know what it does, but it's called the Beast. And there's still some folks holding the street over there, but also it looks like there's police vehicles behind them. So I'm not sure what their experience is over there. And again, when we were walking up, you could still smell the tear gas that was in the air. But people are that's now holding, and it seems like a stalemate. I don't know. Come on, let's not get in the middle of the street. Cops look like cops. Again, the police have like batons, they have zip ties on them. There's a few of the tactical units who have like the more high quality gear, I'd say. Have AR-15 looking rifles, magnified, like 3X little magnifiers, red dot magnifiers. I can't see what the people armed in the little turret positions have. I haven't seen them like wave a firearm around. I definitely have seen them in the past. Kind of very, very magnified gear. Oh, the dog has a helmet and goggles. That dog is kitted out. Again, this is very serious. It might sound like a little levity. It's just how I'm trying to say, in this moment, chill. Nothing was a lot. Well, I'll move down there, I guess. I don't know. So we're gonna move along the side of the road, see if we can get closer to where the march is holding. See what they're doing. It might just be discussing things. I'm not really sure. Again, they moved us back to say we could be in the front. We're here in the front, moving alongside of the road. Clearly marked as press. Again, reporting to the Indian Collective. So thankful to be here with you all. Multiple helicopters are still overhead, and we're moving back right now. Yeah, again, the police line was like at the number 10 fire department, kind of where everything kind of, at least everything was kind of happening. I mean, people, if you want, based on what you think happening is, from the get, people are chanting, really excited, here to block Cop City, the people's work stoppage, and kind of met the police here on Constitution at DCAB Fire, County Fire number 10. I think it was the building that was to the right. There was 2 officers in front who looked like they were going to try to stop the march. The march just held their banners. As kept moving forward, more police piled into it, trying to stop the progression, and then eventually threw some canisters of tear gas into the crowd over the front banners to do the. Well, let's just stay. Should we stay here? Instead of over the front banners into the people who are behind them. Those exploded. Tear gas was really rough. I wasn't wearing any protective gear, at least to protect my lungs and eyes, and I felt it pretty hard. You probably heard me feeling it. And now we're just kind of heading back to what's left of this march. People are linked arms, still holding their space. Let's move across to the right here. Multiple press folks here, a giant police line down there. Again, Bearcats, 2 Bearcats, and then something called the Beast, which looks like a bridge building armored vehicle. Pretty wild. So we're going to keep our distance from them because I think they're probably trying to decide what they're going to do. They probably don't want us jumping in, I would guess. Just like the cops don't want us jumping into their big scrum. So we'll just keep our distance here, try to keep on the edges, just kind of show you. Again, this looks like a much smaller crowd than was here before. Oh, is that? Oh. We're all getting close. You're right. It's just gonna be what it is. There's some singers going on. sing some songs, share some songs with the people who just experienced that. Again, people are still holding little trees, holding plants in the crowd. Can you hold this? Move to the edge a little bit. So you're gonna move to the edge. You saw people were singing songs. Folks who experienced some tear gas. I didn't see anything else be fired personally, so you know. Yeah, so we're sitting here. You can see the march is much smaller. There were police officers who were running through the woods after people, it looked like, and there was also some explosions in the woods. I heard those for sure. I didn't see any of them personally, though. We can try. I don't know if who wants to go try and get the interview. I don't know if the spokesperson's still there. I don't think anyone's there really probably do interviews, I would guess. Yeah, it looks like people might be mobilizing to head back or march away. Most of the police presence is that way. At least that's where their armored vehicles units are. There's some police vehicles behind them, but it looks like folks are moving back. All right. Yeah, so it looks like people are moving back. Again, massive nonviolent direct action. Marched down, collided with, or well, they met police. Definitely sort of push-pull situation for a minute. And then the police used some munitions, tossed them over the crowd, into the crowd. Very much tear gas. I didn't actually look for any canisters, my bad. But somebody probably has some photos of them. You can probably look around the internet, you'll see if there's so many police canister photos. You know, probably come from like the same people who make them for what's being used in Israel against that population, I mean, against the Gaza Strip, against the Palestinians by Israel. Again, we sell them the weaponry. They also sell the weaponry to police departments. That's why they have these armored vehicles. They're usually hand-me-downs from the army, from like the oil wars that we continually have. And so that's where a lot of these vehicles, a lot of weaponry comes from, is hand-me-downs from the police, to the police, from the military. There's a specific name for the program. So again, this country makes a lot of weapons, sells them overseas, and brings them back, sells them to the police department, loans them, gives them to the police departments, and then that weaponry is used against the population here in the United States. That's been increasing over time. We talk a lot about the militarization of police. They've already been militarized, as far as I can tell in my experience. And you can kind of see it here as they're full of battle gear against folks who had banners with slogans on them, holding cardboard puppets. And that's how the police showed up. They showed up at first. They made that little line. I'll give it to them. They're just kind of chilling. Then they came with a bunch more forces, and so I dispersed the crowd with a massive show of force. And at least I saw that front part of the march really dissolve when that tear gas fell into the middle of them and started splurting out. And we dissolved too. I'm not saying it like there was. I had to get out of there as well. I was definitely being very, very affected. So he's moving back now. I can see an armored vehicle down the road in the direction we're heading now. Just like turned off. It looks like they're just probably going to park. They're going to move their vehicles back, and they're probably going to. Usually, the police will allow an exit until they don't. I'd say it that way. And so right now it looks like they're allowing this march to move this direction, or at least there's a space open for the march to move in this direction. And people are holding the Viva Tortuguita banner. Yeah, I don't know, like
Anything to strip democracy out of the hands.
So the police are telling folks to disperse. Let's move to the sides. So the police are saying that folks who do disperse will be arrested. I couldn't hear them when I was back there, to be honest, so I doubt that everyone can hear what they're announcing right now. I had to move closer. And so folks are leaving. Actually, they're headed in the opposite direction of where things started. And I don't know exactly where it'll end up. Some people... So folks are heading away as, again, the police are telling people to head away. So the police is making announcements over and over again. I can't see behind anymore what the behind of the march is doing. People are trying to leave together, it sounds like. I can hear people chanting they're leaving together. The police are saying that people need to disperse. It looks like the people are dispersing. At least they're heading in the direction of where this all began at the Grisham Park. From my understanding of the lay of the land, again, I'm not super familiar with it. But we're definitely heading the way that we came from. Stop Cop City fund people's needs, not the police. Viva Tortuguita. People are putting some protective gear on. Oh! Yeah, people are just together trying to leave, it sounds like, while the police are telling everyone to leave. It's sort of like the vibe right now. Let's just stay on this side here. film that way. People are chanting, we came together, we leave together. They're probably, I can't see what's going on in the front of us. There's not a lot of police, but it's also roads on both ends where police have come out of. So we can get ahead and see what's over there, just to get a sense. The people are moving in this direction towards, just like, there's like 2 police vehicles that are moving backwards, telling people to disperse. People seem to be trying to disperse. They're trying to disperse together, or trying to leave together. Obviously afraid the police, I'm not afraid, I can't say that, but just not sure what the police will end up doing, although they are threatening to arrest folks for not leaving. People are for sure leaving from what we heard. Secure.
This is an illegal protest. You guys need to disperse or you will be arrested.
Yeah, there comes, oh no, I think it's a bear cat. Again, the people are leaving. That seems to be their goal. Like a couple hundred people holding this line right now. We're just kind of watching the march. The police were telling people to leave. You could hear conversations in the mass of people saying that we're leaving together, and so people are leaving this space right now. The police now backed up completely. There's not a lot of police forces this way. Massive line was back that way. I can't see them anymore based on an incline. There's people right behind you. Again, an action to block Cop City, to stop its construction on traditional Mvskoke and Seminole territory. Again, 2 years, people have been trying to stop this from happening, from the Cop City from being built. Say it was block Cop City, and a lot of different things have happened. You know, there's a murder of Tortuguita. That's that front banner right there. Organizer who was just in their tent. Petitions, door-to-door gathering of signatures to say they want Cop City. And this is what this action looked like, a mass, non-violent direct action. You heard those agreements in the beginning. I'm not sure what direction we're going to go. I can hear somebody on a megaphone saying they're going back the way they came. They are going back. People are chanting, please let us through. Let's get it. Let's go. In 1 second. Good, Chance. I got your back. We keep us safe. So people are slowly moving away. Again, somebody on the megaphone was saying that everyone's leaving right now. The police were telling people to leave. People are saying they are leaving. Again, I've heard that a million times. People making those statements and there's people's leaving. So it's really clear right now these protests or this march or these folks who have gathered are moving away as they've been asked to on their own volition and moving away how they want to move away together, making sure they're not leaving anybody behind. And so we're going to keep following them. Again, you see this front banner, Viva Tortuguita. That's our indigenous relative that was killed and murdered by the Georgia State Patrol in their tent. You can look at the autopsy report, kind of see that. We're able to speak to Tortuguita's mother in the past when we were here. Again, that happened on traditional Mvskoke and Seminole territory, where they're clear-cutting the forest right now. That forest was considered like one of the lungs of Atlanta, right next to a black community. We were able to speak to somebody talking about the environmental impacts of that destruction of the forest and how a community dies when the environment goes. That forest provides clean air. It also helps with flooding. So if you're in Atlanta and you're suddenly experiencing a bunch of flooding, it's because the city decided to take away the forest from you all. And we're hearing those reports already that there's more and more flooding going on. Again, these trees are sucking up the water. They're cleaning the air for the people of all the world and all of Atlanta. And people are saying they're needed. Like, that's why we saw in this march, people were carrying little trees. They try to replant the forest. Looks like people are trying to talk to each other a little bit. Oh. Well, looks like people are trying to figure out how to move together. There's some sort of conversation going on. And so we're just going to hold here and see what happens. Other parts of the march are saying they want to go, they're going back. Other people are discussing over here, look like they're talking to each other. Folks still maybe resting as well. It's been a long day. Oh, it's been a day. A lot of people have experienced the tear gas and some police repression, which I don't know if they've experienced before. I don't know. Pretty brutal tear gas. I kind of didn't wear a mask so you could hear what it affected me. It wasn't a good time. Pretty clearly, maybe not my best decision I've made so far today, but I just wanted to be with the people and let you know that it does suck to get tear gas. It is pretty terrible. Yeah, people are just resting, maybe. I don't know. We're going to go a wide circle, kind of keep our space from the people who are together. Ooh, that doesn't smell good. This is now the back of the march, I guess. All right. The police are now telling people to disperse. Part of the march was definitely moving. Other part of the march seems to be resting. Some people were sitting down. This is Boulder Crest Road and Constitution Road. Some helicopters overhead. I don't see that massive force down there. It looks like they stayed down there. A lot of people are stopped, wondering what's going on, trying to get talk to the police about what's happening. Yeah, that again, we just marched out. The front banner as I was heading back was the Viva Tortuguita banner. Qué bueno. Aquí estamos, familia. Madrecita, ¿qué está pasando en las calles de Atlanta? Yeah. Again, we're just here as a group that's reporting to the Indian Collective, to our relatives here, what different protests look like, what different actions look like to defend the land, water. I know a lot of folks have experiences of that in their own territories, in their own ways. This is definitely its own flavor. Massive nonviolent direct action, people holding together, trying to get to the work site to stop the work. Again, the work has been trying to be stopped now for quite a while in a bunch of different ways, including the public comment periods, a petition to try to put it on the ballot so the people can decide if they want Cop City, and also there's been people taking action in various ways, and this is one of the ways that we saw today. Earlier there was a police line, the march met the line, the police threw some tear gas into it, which sort of dispersed, or at least broke apart the front of the march. And then people might have dispersed into the woods. So we saw police officers running into the woods with their armament. Looks like the march is starting to get moving. And different sort of noises, explosions were happening in the woods for a little bit. We didn't witness them, we just heard them. So we're going to keep following this, I think probably back to where we started. Probably an hour, 45-minute march back. And so we'll follow back there, keep it live. Again, thanks for joining us. Hit like, follow, share. Do that old thing, subscribe, whatever it is. Again, I'm Lorenzo Sedana, Director of Tactical Media here at the Indian Collective. With our Tactical Media team is trying to bring this information to you, showing you different looks of what the world looks like as people are trying to resist. This is what it looks like right here in the United States today. Again, it's different iterations, different ways people organize themselves. And this is, nonviolent direct action. You heard that spokesperson in the beginning talking about all the different crews that came together. I don't know if crews, but different people that came together from different walks of life to do this together, to really kind of risk a lot. Again, we were talking a lot about the RICO charges here, how the criminalization of dissent has really accelerated in Atlanta, and also that they're resisting a further acceleration of police disorganizing to control city blocks, to control apartment buildings, it sounds like, to basically try to take back interstate land. It feels like, land in the city. This is going into a place where there's multiple incarceration facilities. There's a federal pen, there's a juvenile center, juvenile correctional center, which sounds not mean, but it's just like concrete razor wire, and people are incarcerated in there. And so that's it. So we're just gonna keep following along. We got 2 police vehicles behind us, kind of following along as well. I can hear the band going. Let's see if we can catch up to the band. Yeah, so this police vehicle up front, blocking the road. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I think people are just trying to take a lane now and trying to take one side of the road. You might also be moving into the berm. playing the drums. All right, well, we're gonna turn here. Let's run ahead a little bit, and then we're gonna take this down for a second, and we'll be right back. We're gonna hear that killer "Be Right Back" music by our very own Mike Jordan, who gave us that beat. Thank you so much for that music. And yeah, we're gonna get ahead of this march for a second. Try to get some new batteries in our gear to keep it live. Thank you for joining us today, Block Cop City. You saw how it's gone down so far with us and to us, because we were definitely experiencing it. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. What's up, everyone? We should be back right now. Let's make sure, checking in. How is the audio and video looking? Yeah, so we're looks like we're heading back to the park where we started. chanting land back, land back. I think this might be the curve where we turned off of that path. And so we're curving back right now, I think back to the woods here in a moment. Play Bella Ciao, okay? Yeah, here, there's land back right into Bella Ciao. And now it looks like Tribe Called Red is being played, which I don't think I can actually let play because I have to keep talking, but you might be able to hear a little bit of it. All right, so again, not sure how long we've been live now, probably a couple hours. We're just going to keep rolling for a bit, see what the folks return back to, I think where they started. People are trying to view out Weelaunee. People watching from their steps. Where the these are some these Jeeps.
Big fucking umbrella. Big space around the truck. Big space.
So there's a lot of people there.
Big space around the truck. Big space. Big space around the truck. Big space around.
All right, trying to think, make space around the truck. As somebody came out and really mad that people were walking near their truck. All right, so. Oh, look at us all still together. All right, we're gonna head back down this path. I'm assuming back to the park as I keep rolling here. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yeah. Long day. Oh, I don't know how long it's been. Should probably get in front.
We are going for a leisurely stroll.
Sorry, let's check in some messages here. We would like to get to the front, but I think we're kind of in the middle of everybody right now. I'll move to the side and see if we can move up. Yeah, hold me. All right. Oh, shit. Let's just get to the front. We're gonna move to the front. Let's just go this way. We're gonna try to get to the front really quick. You can see it get a little shaky. So right here, Viva Tortuguita. There's last time we were here was a delegation of Mvskoke folks who came down, met with Tortuguita's mother, talking and sort of sharing time together, losing a loved one. Might be in there. Seen it? Did they do it? Again, my name is Lorenzo Sedina, Director of Tactical Media here. I'm Chicanx, Chicani. Big shout out to the Chicano movement, Chicana movement, Chicani movement. My pronouns are they, them. Really happy to bring you here. So you can experience sort of like the different ways people are trying to resist. As we know, we've been resisting since birth. Our existence is resistance. Many of us have experienced it at Standing Rock, trying to hold that land from being destroyed. And people here are also engaged in land defense. And this is what it looks like here. And so I just wanted to bring you here to show you what's going on as people try to defend the Weelaunee Forest, stop it from being demolished, to build a police training facility to train police officers to kill our people, taking tactics from the IDF. We've already shown you that exchange program that they have to exchange tactics to train police officers. And again, it's not just going to be Georgia police officers. They'll be bringing them from all over the state. There's a lot of information too to learn about police foundations, these sort of private entities that basically are sharing tactics. And so, again, they're marching with the Viva Tortuguita banner. Looks like we're going back to where this march began. I'm just happy to be here with you all relatives. And I'll just let you be with us.
Setup. Oh, thanks, man. Not too shabby yourself. This shit is fucking everything, isn't it? Yeah. Straight in. Oh my god. Can you pull up two channels of audio too?
Yeah. Oh no, I don't have that right now. We're just kind of trying to run really light because we're live. We're just marching backwards, listening. Thanks again for watching us. I assume we're gonna get back, but we'll see. So again, we're live here as looks like the march is trying to get back to where it started. And we're just rolling with it. Again, the helicopter is still overhead. Oh, it's like chilling overhead now. It's just like moving sideways above us. It's like right above us. I'm sure they're filming. The folks in here, again, they've been following the march since it left Grisham Park. Yeah, so we're heading back from Sean this Road Manor. So I remember this bridge. I don't know how far we are from the. Let me look. Let me look. My feet wandering. Oh, we're very close. Oh, well, it's be a bit of a walk still, so we're still rolling for a bit. I get more of those batteries. Oh. There's another new helicopter here, a little one. I haven't seen it before. Right? That's the new helicopter right there? Like smaller than the others. No, there's like more people that may have joined the march. That's a little bigger than when we first left. People just heading back together. Yeah, we're just heading back. Definitely talked a lot, not talking much right now. If there's any questions or whatever, I can scroll through the chat, see what I can share. Again, I'm learning a lot with you. This is all a new experience that I hadn't experienced before until it happened to me right now. And so you were live with it as it happened. And yeah, it was what it was. Definitely have tear gas particles on my face. Yeah, I think people might just be dispersing now. Or resting, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if people are just resting or taking a break or plan to disperse from here. I'm not really sure. But people are sitting down. What should we do? All right, let me give me a second here. Oh yeah, let's so people are going in the woods. So let's wait a second. I think people are just taking care of some personal needs. Oh, they're planting trees. Yeah, so I think people are planting trees. Let's try it. Let's go for it. All right, everyone. We're here in Atlanta, Georgia. So-called massive direct action, nonviolent direct action. They called it themselves that. Block Cop City just marched for probably, I don't know, 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. We've been live here following them. Folks were heading towards the construction site, met a very sort of like line of police. The front banners made contact with that line. And at that point, there was a bit of like, they just continued moving in the direction. They didn't really intend on stopping. Then police took out some tear gas canisters, tossed them over the top into the crowd. The tear gas kind of splurted out. People sort of dispersed, at least in that front part. And then I don't know what happened from there because we were separated. We were all pretty tear gas as well, our crew. We tried to put a protective gear on. The police separated us, tell us that we had to leave. The press stayed together, didn't leave. Eventually, we were allowed back. And that's kind of what you're seeing now as we've been following the march. As they decided to come back together, really intent on coming back together, there was multiple police cars that were telling them that they were an illegal protest, that they had to disperse. People already said they were dispersing. They're on their way. And now it looks like people have stopped to chill and talk. I'm not exactly sure what their plan is. But I think we're going to take this feed down for now. Really big honor for you all to be joining us here, watching this live. Again, we want to give you different views of resistance that is happening across the United States and across the world. And this is just one version of resistance. Again, there is many types of resistance that do occur. Nonviolent, mass nonviolent direct action. And it looks like now people are winding down from this portion of it. I'm not sure what else is going on across the city. Again, Block Cop City is what this was called. There was a week of action called Stop Cop City that if you go back through our feed, you'll see that we attended multiple of those events too to bring them to you live. And you can see the difference, right? Different people, different crews, different organizations, different organizing ways. Again, I don't think this is an organization at all. It's just a collection of folks who all came together to do this together and had some very basic agreements. And if you go back, you can hear what those agreements were. To basically engage in nonviolent direct action, to hold space together, a lot of linking arms, singing, and then eventually that sort of chaotic moment where the police try to disperse it with multiple less lethal, and they call them less lethal weaponry. I only saw tear gas and heard concussion grenades, so those grenades make a bit loud bang, which sort of broke apart the front of the march. And that's what we've seen so far. I think we're going to take this feed down, collect ourselves, see if we come back later. If not, just keep following us. Again, we're the Indian Collective. Want to report to all our relatives there on the platform. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you at the next one, I guess. Talk soon. Yeah. What's going on with my phone? Oh, like my internet's dead or something.